Hello students. In the last class we stopped in page number 4 and we was talking about the theories of intelligence, and we studied about Spearman two factors theory and Robert Sternberg's theory and Louis Thurston's theory. Okay, so there were three theories, and in the first one, Spearman two-factor theory, it talks about the two factors, that is G factor, that is general factor, and S factor, that is specific factor. And Louis Thurston theory, we talked about 7 mental abilities that one should have to be called as intelligence. Okay, so and then third one is Robert Sternberg's theory. You can see here, that is componential, experiential and contextual intelligence. And we saw about the growth of intelligence, how it will be there till 16 years. Okay, 16 years, and it might reach, and according to some people and psychologists, it reaches its peak in 18 years. Okay, so and then we shall continue with factors influencing intelligence. Okay, so here the factors influencing intelligence. We all differ in our intelligence. Why are there such differences? Is it due to heredity, that is differences in our genetic codes we inherit, or is it due to the environmental conditions around us? This nature nurture debate has continued to exist. However, the relative contribution of each factor is essential, and interplay of both environmental contribution of each factor is essential, and interplay of both environmental and heredity has been accepted by psychologists. Okay, so here the question arrives, okay, because we all have difference in intelligence. Okay, in our intelligence, one is very average, one is having very high IQ, very intelligent, superior, and other is very dull. Okay, and kind of a illiterate. Okay, and he's very struggling for studying or writing. Okay, so how does intelligence come into us? Okay, is it through heredity? Heredity is where it is passed on from your parents, it is passed on from your generations. Okay, so heredity is where it talks about how the intelligence transfers or passed on from your generation through genetic codes that we inherit, that is genetic codes that are passed from our generation that we inherit. Either it is this way, or it is from the environmental contribution. It is environmental thing that through the environment we learn or we become intelligent. So this debate between nature and nurture, okay, so this is existed even today, and we shall see how the intelligence, the factors influencing intelligence, that shows how intelligence is present or intelligence is there in us. Okay, so the factors influencing the growth of intelligence are biological factors and socio-cultural factors. Okay, so biological factors, some of the biological factors which are important to the growth of intelligence. So to the growth of intelligence, biological factors are very important. Okay, so there are 2 factors that influence intelligence in every one of us, that is biological and socio-cultural. Okay, so under biological there are 3 things or 3 factors that motivate or that shows the growth of intelligence in us. Okay, so those are heredity, glands and nutrition. Okay, these are the 3 biological factors, so we shall go in detail. Okay, so heredity plays a major role in growth of intelligence. This has been proved by the recent study conducted by Plowman and his colleagues in 1997. Their findings suggest that genetic factors sometimes indeed dominate the environmental factors in this respect. Okay, parents pass on the genes to their offspring through heredity. This plays a major role in growth of intelligence. If there are any defects in the genes, there will be adverse effect on the growth of intelligence. So I already told you heredity is where it is the inborn characteristics of an individual. So inborn characteristics are from your parents, from your generation, that is passed on from them to you. Okay, so heredity here, intelligence, the growth of intelligence. In the growth of intelligence, heredity plays a major role. Okay, and according to the studies conducted by Plowman, it shows how genetic factors sometimes dominate the environmental factors, because you can see sometimes it is opposite, sometimes it is it plays a major role. Okay, because you can see the parents who are doctors, engineers, and the children have a good IQ. Okay, but it is sometimes opposite, where the parents are very intelligent, the parents are very having very high IQ, but the students are very dull. Okay, you can have different ways. Okay, but heredity plays a very major role, and sometimes it dominates the environmental factors, and parents pass on their genes. Okay, so this growth of intelligence can happen even through heredity, where the parents pass on their genes to their children. Okay, and sometimes if there is a problem of while transferring the genes, it can also create, or it can also default the growth of intelligence. Okay, the second one under biological factor is glands. Okay, and I think you have studied about endocrine glands, exocrine glands in your I think in your high school. Okay, so endocrine system consists of several glands. They are located at different parts of the body. These glands secrete hormones that are chemicals that are essential for metabolism, regulation, as well as the overall functioning of the body. Pituitary gland is called the master gland. Pituitary gland controls all other glands. If there is any deficiency in functioning of pituitary gland, it can affect the functioning of all other glands. The malfunctioning of pituitary gland results in different degrees of intellectual deficits. So, endocrine system has several glands. Okay, has several glands like pituitary gland, adrenal glands. Okay, it has different, I think 8 or 7. Okay, so it has 7 or 8 glands, and it secretes hormone. Okay, that is chemicals. Hormones are chemicals that are essential for metabolism. So it is very essential for the functioning of an individual. Okay, the bodily or the inner functioning of an individual. Okay, so this pituitary gland, it is very important, and it is called as the master gland because it controls all other glands. Okay, and if there is any problem in the functioning of pituitary gland, and it can affect the functioning of all other glands, because since it is a master gland, it affects all other glands. Okay, and the malfunctioning of pituitary gland results in different degree of intellectual deficit. So when you have a problem in pituitary gland, it creates problem for your growth of intelligence. Okay, and thyroid glands plays a major role in influencing the growth of intelligence. Any deficit or oversecretion of hormones will have negative effect on intellectual capacity. For example, if there is deficiency of thyroxine hormone from thyroid gland, can result in condition called cretinism, which is characterized by stunted growth of brain, resulting in mental retardation. Okay, so here thyroid gland, it is one among the glands, like how there is pituitary gland. Thyroid gland is also one among the glands, and it is responsible, it plays a very major role for the growth of intelligence. for the influencing for the growth of intelligence. Okay, and if there is over secretion of hormones, if there is more chemicals, okay, it can negatively affect on intellectual capacity. Okay, for example, it can cause when there is more chemicals or when there is deficiency in thyroxine hormone from thyroid gland. Okay, so thyroid gland produces thyroxine hormone, okay, chemical. So when there is a problem with that, it can cause cretinism, where cretinism is about the mental retardation, okay, which can affect on your mental intelligence, okay, mental IQ or mental ability. Okay, so you become mentally retarded. Okay, so the third one is nutrition. Proteins, minerals, carbohydrates, vitamins are found in our daily food intake. These have an effect on growth of intelligence. Important study carried by Sigman in 1995 reports that malnutrition over a period of time has a negative effect on growth of intelligence. So nutrition, okay, nutrition, when I talk to you about nutrition, you have to know about the vitamins, carbohydrates, okay, and proteins, minerals. Okay, so all these things plays very important role in the growth of intelligence. When there is lack in the intake or lack when you are not having proper nutrition, it will definitely cause problems in the growth of intelligence. For example, you have to always have greens, peas, vegetables, okay, pulses, grains, and dry fruits. So these are all things which increases proteins, minerals, vitamins, carbohydrates in your body. Okay, so you have to always have proper intake of this. So now we can see the socio-cultural factors. Okay, how these influence the intelligence. Some of the socio-cultural factors having effect on the growth of intelligence are the environment in which we grow, family conditions, school, parents, siblings, educational level of parents, economical background, religion, customs and beliefs. So these are the social cultural, okay, outside the body. It is not inner, okay, it is outside the society, the environment in which we live, okay, and the parents. It talks about schools, it talks about parents, siblings, educational level of parents, okay, because when the parents are educated, they try to focus on your education. Okay, when the parents are uneducated, they are helpless because they don't have the education, they can't help you. Okay, and the economic background, specifically when the parents are very poor, they are not able to afford for your education. And religion, custom, beliefs, all these things are in the society, and all these are socio-cultural things which affects on your growth of intelligence. Okay, according to studies conducted by Flynn and Williams and Risdon, stimulating environment have a positive effect on the growth of intelligence, showing an average increase of about 3 to 4 IQ points. It is very important to provide children with a stimulating environment at home as well as the community, which leads to the progress and growth of intelligence. So the children, okay, the children should be given a proper environment, proper school, proper community to focus on their studies, focus on the intelligence level. Okay, additional evidence for the role of environmental factors is provided by studies on environmental deprivation as well as environmental enrichment. Study conducted by Gottfried shows that environmental deprivation, that is absence of key forms of environmental stimulation early in life, leads to poor growth of intelligence. Training children in favorable settings will enhance their intelligent growth. From this, we can note that intelligence is equally influenced by genetic as well as environmental factors. So, intelligence is influenced both from heredity and environmental factors. Okay.